Lord got tomatoes.
Hi, my name is Tracy with Lord Got Tomatoes, and today we're going to be making Brunswick stew. Now, Brunswick stew is a staple of Georgia barbecue, which is very different than South Carolina barbecue, North Carolina barbecue, Tennessee barbecue, and definitely different than Texas barbecue. When we moved here to Texas, we could not find Brunswick stew anywhere, so we had to learn how to make our own. Now, there's been a long-standing debate on the origin of Brunswick stew. Many people think it came from Brunswick County, Virginia. Others think it came from Brunswick, Germany, but I'm here to set the record straight that it came from Brunswick, Georgia. So let's get started. First, I want to go over the ingredients that you're going to be using in the Brunswick stew. You're going to be using corn, some type of meat, preferably chicken and pork. Some people use beef. We prefer chicken and pork. If you have any leftover pork shoulder, barbecue, or we grilled up these last night, these chicken breasts. It's really good in the stew. You're going to need some garlic, onion, tomatoes, cayenne pepper, salt, black pepper, butter, Worcestershire sauce, chicken broth, and barbecue sauce. So let's get cooking. All right, now the first thing that I'm going to do is shuck the corn. If you don't have any fresh corn available, you can use canned corn. That's no problem. I'm going to cook this corn in the microwave for about 7 or 8 minutes, then let it cool, and then I'll cut it off the cob. Next, we're going to core and peel the tomatoes. If you don't have any fresh tomatoes available, then you definitely can use canned. These came from our garden, and they are going to be so good in the stew. Next, I'm going to chop an onion. Now you want a medium to large size onion. This one came from my neighbor Mary's garden, and she grows the best onions. Oh, it smells so good. All right, next I'm going to chop the garlic. I use about 10 cloves of garlic. We like a lot of garlic. You can use less or more even. And you want to chop this up really fine. The corn's cooked and ready to be cut. This is Silver Queen corn from our garden, and it is super sweet. All right, the last thing that we're going to do before we start cooking is shred and chop the chicken. If you're using pork or beef, you just want to chop it the same way. All right, we're ready to go. Got my pot on medium to medium high heat, and I've melted a stick of butter. I'm going to first add the garlic. I'll saute that for about 20 seconds so it gets a little brown, nice and toasted. All right, next I'm going to add the onion. Stir that in, and you want to let the onions sweat a little bit. And then we'll add our additional ingredients. The onions are looking good. You can tell when they're ready when you see that they're a little clear. So we're ready to add our additional ingredients. So I have a 1/4 cup of Worcestershire sauce, a tablespoon of salt, a tablespoon of black pepper, 1/2 teaspoon of cayenne. Gives it some spice. I've got about 1 cup of bottled barbecue sauce, and you can use whatever barbecue sauce you like. It's fine. And stir that all good together. And then go ahead and throw in the meat. That looks good. Next, I'm gonna add the tomatoes. Stir that in really well. And I have 4 cups of chicken broth measured out, but I like to start with about 2 cups of chicken broth. You can add as much chicken broth as you like, depending on how thick or thin you like your stew. And then finally, I'll add in the corn. And then we're going to let this simmer for about 45 minutes to an hour. And I'll check on it periodically and add some more chicken broth if I feel like I need to. And then we'll be ready to eat. Okay, the stew's been simmering for about an hour, and I've checked on it a couple of times. Did not have to add any more chicken broth. And it's looking good and ready to taste. It's so good.
Well, my father raised the kind in common, a very few potatoes, string beans and lima bean, but Lord got tomatoes.